The Detroit Lions are a team they're a good team. When I say good, I mean they're rebuilding a lot faster than I think a lot of teams think, and I'm really excited for what that will bring for them. I think they have got a lot of things going for them, including some draft capital that I think could really help them out moving forward. So, got a couple of ones for next year as well. So I think that's going to be really interesting. Could they do some moving up, some maneuvering? Yes, but the question is, I feel like there's really no top player in the draft unless they're like completely sold on who they think the Jags are going to take. But I mean, if it's Aiden Hutchinson, this is a really good edge class. So I don't know. I feel like this is kind of one of those things where they could do a lot of different things. But today we're doing a lot of different things. We're doing a mock draft for the Detroit Lions. They're one of the top teams in the draft. They're the number 2 pick. And I feel like they've got a couple of needs, but Dan Campbell's got this team playing at a very interesting level. Like I feel like moving forward, the Detroit Lions are going to be a really good team. I think if they can just continue to get talent in there with Dan Campbell, this is going to be a scary team. Now we'll go ahead and start the draft here. A couple of parameters though. First one being the Detroit Lions draft. We do not trade. We just stick and pick, see where it lands. That way we can kind of see where some of this stuff goes, and we go from there. So right now, I feel like, again, no trading. I feel like this is going to be an interesting draft. We'll start the draft here. Kayvon Thibodeau. Here's my thing. If the Lions find a way or find themselves in a choice between guys like Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Stingley Jr., all those boys, I don't have a problem with them going Kyle Hamilton. I can't say his name today. Kyle Hamilton. The dude is a stud. Look at some of the not even highlights, because highlights can just be a cut up of anything. But look at just some game tape of him at Notre Dame. He changes the game every time he's on the field. It doesn't matter what he does. He's just a game-changing safety, and you love it. So I think moving forward here, Kyle Hamilton is the guy. Don't get me wrong. I love Aiden Hutchinson. He's a stud as well. But, I mean, this is a really good edge class, so I feel like you could still get some really good edge players throughout this draft. But I feel like the Lions got players like Kyle Hamilton don't come along very long. They're come along very often because he's a special player, and I feel like you're going to be having this conversation, potentially in Canton down, in the next 10 to 15 years, and I don't think that's a stretch at all. The guy, he finds the ball better than anybody. He's not afraid to go up and hit. His coverage skills are next level, so he's really ready to make some noise. So as we do our mock draft, we got a trusty dandy coffee shop coffee. Oh, let's do it. Okay, so then you get down to here to 32. My thing with this is, D-line is pretty set. I don't really have a set edge. I wouldn't mind an edge player here, but so the Lions have a need at quarterback. I love Desmond Ridder. I think he could be there. I think he could be really interesting. What I would do is get a guy like, because if you're here, because you got 32 and you got 34, and I think you can get Desmond Ridder at 34. Because there's no way that the Jags aren't going to take Desmond Ridder. So, could you wait till 66 because you want to get some of these guys? No, I don't think you'd wait. I don't think you take a chance on that. I think you take a chance on Desmond Ridder here. But the question is, do you go Jermaine Johnson, Jalen Pitre, or Sky Moore? I love all three of those players. Now, Devontae Wyatt, I don't think defensive line is completely out of the question, but I feel like it would be good to at least consider all your options. I love Devontae Wyatt too; he's a stud. Question is, what do you want to do? I feel like you go Jermaine Johnson here, and then pray that maybe Sky Moore falls to 66. I doubt it, but we'll see. But there's still some really good wide receivers in this class. I feel like you go Jermaine Johnson here. He took kind of a fall. Jermaine Johnson, and then you get Desmond Ridder in the beginning of the second round. Also get Desmond Ridder. Okay, so you've got a game-changing player at safety. You've got your potential future franchise quarterback, and then you've also got an edge rusher in Jermaine Johnson, who's a stud. So you've got three major positions taken care of, and you aren't even into the third round yet. You love it. More coffee, you gotta have it. All right, so then, love it. Okay, so Jalen Pitre and Sky Moore fell. But my thing is do the Lions need more of a go up and get it type wide receiver? Because what is it? Amon St. Brown, I never say his name right, is a stud. But is he a go up and get a guy? But Sky Moore is too. So you know what? I love Sky Moore. I think if you can get this, get him at 66, you run that card to the desk. That's not even a question. Sky Moore here. Man, I love that. I'll take that any day of the week. So you got, like I said, so right now you've addressed 3 major positions. Now, linebacker and DB, those are kind of your remaining things here, but there's still a lot of talent, especially as we head into the 4th round here. I mean, we've seen it every year. There are 4th round draft picks that just come out. Oh, we're... I thought the coffee would hit already, but I guess not. All right, so linebacker, man, I've got a huge draft crush on Troy Anderson. I felt like he reminds me a lot of Logan Wilson, but for the Cincinnati Bengals. But man, I love me some Troy Anderson. He played a lot of different positions up there at Montana State, and he's just athletic, and that's what you want as a team. You want a guy that can just play a whole lot of different positions, do a lot of different things for you. I think you take Troy Anderson, but can you get him? Who's the best player on the board? Is it Troy Anderson? I mean, maybe. Josh Paschal's there. Darian Beavers. Yeah, I think you take Troy Anderson here, and I don't think you think twice about it. He's a really good linebacker. I think he's going to be a really good player for the Lions moving forward. You just also kind of want to see what they're going to get in terms of corner at this level. You got 5 picks left. Let's go corner with all 5. No, I'm just kidding. But at this point, corner might even be a position they addressed in free agency. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. But I feel like this is going to be an interesting draft because, I mean, the Lions just have so much capital, and they can immediately turn around everything after this. But, yeah, this is quite a fall down here, but that's all right. 175, I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. It means they just got more draft capital to trade with if they want to go back up for any of these guys, which I would not be opposed to because the Lions, they got the draft capital. They've got the draft capital next year too, so they'll be fine. So now we get down here to the pretty much the end of the 5th round. Tariq Woolen's there. I like Tariq Woolen, UTSA. Let's see, represent. Beatty's there, Pierre Strong. I feel like they also... Do they need a running back? Not really. Not really. Yeah, I think if you want to address... I think Tariq Woolen here is a really good value too. A lot of times, position of need, also really good value. Sometimes those two things. It's amazing how often those two things coalesce. Luke Fortner's there. Here's the thing about Luke Fortner. I think he can play a lot of different positions. Like, I feel like... maybe I did a Vikings video. But I feel like Luke Fortner is one of those guys that, yes, he plays center, but he can play guard. I feel like he could do either side as well. So I feel like this would be a really good pick here in terms of just getting a quality backup, at least a backup, if not a future starter type player. And I feel like he would be a really good player to get. So now we go down here to, I think this is the 7th round. We got to be getting pretty close. And this is, they got 3 picks in the 7th round, but don't count out 7th round picks. Obviously, we've seen with the Vikings so many 7th round picks that actually pan out and are really good players. So you're still in the 6th round here. So let's see here. Pierce Strong. I like Tyler Beatty though. I really do, and I don't think it would hurt him to have a little bit of help as well. Okay, I also love Velus Jones Jr. So if he falls to 216, or excuse me, he falls to the 6th round. Run that card up because he's a game-breaking player. He does a lot of great... Oh, I'll take Beatty here, too. You get a little bit more offensive weaponry. I love it. Yeah, absolutely. So you get Velus Jones Jr. and Tyler Beatty in the 7th round. Oh, baby, you love it. That's what I'm talking about with, like, top running backs in the country, though. It's like... The value has just gone down so much. You can get, like, Ramondre Stevenson was a guy last year. Elijah Mitchell was another guy, was a 6th round draft pick last year. So it's like the running back position has just gone down so much in value, and it's a shame. Last pick here, let's see. Luke Wattenberg there. Let's see. We got wide receiver, linebacker, Jason Poe. Let's see. A lot of running backs. I don't know if that many of the running backs are going to be there. Travis Dye's there. Well, Caleb Ellaby. Oh, I like Ellaby, though. He's a good player. You want to get interesting? You just want to like draft Ellaby just to see what he does. Like he was interesting with Sky Moore. I mean, he was. And we could do a whole what was it, RG3 to Kirk Cousins situation, except Kirk Cousins was a 4th round pick. Why not take it? 7th round quarterback. Let's do it. Have fun with it. First draft, just seeing where stuff falls. Overall, just trying to see how this all unfolds. It's pretty interesting. You get your future quarterback, or your quarterback of the future, excuse me. You've got a lot of different positions of needs filled. Would have probably liked to trade up or see what we could do better at corner at that position, but overall, I don't have a problem with this draft at all. You could also address corner and free agency as well, or any of these positions. And again, this is also before free agency too, so it's like, okay. You get Kyle Hamilton at number 2. I know a lot of people are telling me, obviously Aiden Hutchins is a stud, but I mean, this is a good edge class, and you get Jermaine Johnson there at 32. I don't have a problem with that. He's a stud as well. So I feel like that's a really good consolation prize, getting a guy that, is the 27th ranked player at 32, also getting Kyle Hamilton at number 2. I mean, he's just a stud. Watch this man. He's a game play. He is the next, I don't want to say Harrison Smith, because Harrison Smith, I don't know if he'll make it into the Hall of Fame. I think he deserves to, but it is what it is at this point. But he is that next great safety that comes out of Notre Dame, and I do think you could be having this conversation in Canton in the next 10 to 15 years. Jermaine Johnson, like I said, really good edge player. Desmond Ridder getting your future quarterback there at 34. I love it. I feel like it's just interesting. I would really like to see what he does, what the Lions do with an athletic quarterback, or at least one that's dangerous. You get Sky Moore in the 3rd round. That's pretty much unheard of. Troy Anderson as well, quality linebacker out of Montana State. He played running back, punter, like he did everything. So Troy Anderson, I think he's going to be a really good find there. Now, again, I would have liked to address the corner position a little earlier, but what do you trade for? What do you it's just really going to be really interesting to see where everyone falls, because I've seen drafts where Trent McDuffie falls all the way down to 22 the other day, and I'm like, no, there's no way. But overall, you get Tariq Cohen here in the 5th round, really good value, as well as Luke Fortner, who could play. I think he can play guard. I think he can play a lot of different positions. So getting a center guard, or at least at the very worst, a backup, a quality offensive lineman, that's you love that. Also getting Velus Jones Jr. here in the 6th round. I think he's a really good wide receiver. Like he returns kicks. He catches a lot of what did he catch, like 70 passes last year, 50, 70 passes. He had a really good year for Tennessee. Tyler Beatty and also Caleb Ellaby there. Listen, Tyler Beatty's a stud. I mean, he's him and DeAndre Swift could be nasty. Then Caleb Ellaby. I mean, why not? I mean, at this point, there was a lot of running backs on the board. Why not double down on quarterback? You never know. We could see maybe it'll let a fighter under Ridder. Who knows? Or maybe there'll be a really good tandem. Again, who knows? But I think this is a really good draft. You see the Lions get a lot of positions of need here. You get a lot of things taken care of. And I think this could really help them out. This is the draft. This is the kind of draft that could absolutely turn around their franchise. But let us know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truthfully awesome. We love every single one of you. Make sure you guys also remember to, in the description down below, follow us on all social media platforms. That's where you'll find all of our handles and stuff. Also, give us a listen and sub on iTunes. Leave a like and a comment. That's what helps people find the show. We'd greatly appreciate that. And also remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. Maybe we said that already. Hey, we're not finished with our coffee yet. Give us a break. But also, at the end of the day, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let's know what you guys think about our first one, no trades, of the Detroit Lions 2022 NFL Mock Draft.